and then I'm going to mention one other thing to him.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay, here it is. I'm going to show it to you.
How do you feel like going for a lesson with a PGA Tour winner?
Nervous. It's definitely his biggest ever challenge. Oh no.
Right.
Oh.
No one's setting up like that on the PGA Tour.
Okay, so long story short, this wasn't in the plan at all, but when opportunity knocks, you have to take it. So we are in Arizona, in Scottsdale, for the end or the finale of Brett's series, where his handicap's dropped from 14 to 6. Quite remarkable stuff, really, but one of the only areas that I feel like we could still properly improve on is that kind of 50 yards and in. So this morning we went to see the guys at PXG, who are helping massively with this series, and Mike Nicolette was there, and I'm just pottering around the workshop, and he says, you know what, I basically asked him for a kind of heavy duty high bounce wedge just to test out here with Brett while we're here, and he says, I'll do you one better. Let's go to TPC Scottsdale Stadium course and let's have a look at him. I was like, you know what, Mike, you'll do for me. So that's where we're heading now, and I can't wait for this. Not only for Brett's improvement, but also so you guys can get a little bit of an insight into what a PGA Tour winner, the 1983 Bay Hill Classic, he won. So some fantastic stories to be told, but also some fantastic tips to be had. So hit that subscribe button, guys, throw a like on it. Next stop, TPC Scottsdale. If I don't crash, because we nearly crashed on the way here. How you feeling?
Very nervous.
Are you?
I don't want to make a fool of myself.
You won't do that.
I hope not.
How's the driving been so far?
Debatable.
What, we've had one near miss.
Yeah, and you're never going to live it down.
Shall we
either.
talk about your... So the idea for this trip was that Brett was going to do a bit of driving as well, and we got to the desk at 6th, and did he have his driving licence with him? No.
Sun cream.
Oh dear. That's quite a big...
That's a big wedge. That's where it gets a little bit tricky.
Okay.
For me, anyway. Well,
right.
Everybody, like you said, but especially me.
All right. Well, let's
have a
grab
look.
some nuggets and head out here and give it a shot. See where you're at.
What were your thoughts on me trying to get him into a high bounce wedge, because you didn't look impressed?
Well, look, a high bounce wedge is fine for certain conditions and maybe a certain swing type, but it limits you on the type of shots you can play, especially if you're playing tomorrow. He's about to go play Scottsdale National.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about tight, firm turf conditions up there. So high bounce is really going to limit what you're going to be able to do with your shots as far as trying to get up and down. So I think instead of high bounce, let's get the right bounce wedge in your hands, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Let's get some skill levels.
Love it.
Yeah.
What do you want me to fetch down, Nico?
Oh, I just grab some wedges.
Putter.
Take them all.
Yeah. Does putter count?
We've been known to put from 50 yards out.
I hear you. I have too. Sometimes the flat stick's the best option. All right. Well, just let's just go ahead and start. So what do you got there to start
54.
with? 54. Okay.
Yep.
So that's probably a great club for
Yep.
this middle pin, right?
Yep.
Kind of want to pitch it on there about 10, 15 feet. Let it trundle on over to the hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got cooking.
This wasn't the first ideal shot of the holiday I were hoping for. I would not.
It's not a holiday, it's a work trip.
sorry, work
We need to get this into him, Mike, don't we? My wife hears this is a holiday, we've got to go home.
Okay, let's see one more. Okay. So here's what I'll tell you. In two swings,
Yeah.
right? And this holds true all the way through the golf swing, not just this shot, but all shots. Okay, really, the golf swing is just that our body turns back, it turns through, right, and the arms follow.
Yeah.
Okay. When the turn stops abruptly, the arms send down because the momentum is there, and it's not a good feel.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I see. So your action looks a little bit abrupt. It looks right. It kind of stops.
Yeah.
And what I like for you to do, and I heard this once. Nick Faldo said it. So Nick, I'm giving you total credit for this. Is that if you keep the buttons on your shirt moving through impact, that keeps what that does. Just keeps the rotation going.
Yeah.
And allows the club to find the bottom of the arc much more consistently and smoothly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be my only thought when I watch you pitch a couple is let's keep the body turning and the arms will just follow that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So there's really not a lot of effort on hitting the ball. It's
turn.
just keep the chest going. Good. And then I want to see what happens there, and I have one more thing I'm going to share with you. Be a little better. See one more. You notice hit behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you why that happens in a second. But keep turning, keep the chest going. Better. Okay, give me one more. I want him to feel that little bit of turn.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to mention one other thing to him. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Okay, here it is. I'm going to show it to you. Now, the way I like to explain it is when you hit these pitch shots, okay, that club has got to be bottoming out at the bottom of the arc, the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay. We saw in your very last one, I'm that far back.
Yeah.
Okay. Your C7, okay, this guy right here controls the bottom of your arc. If you move this direction, that brings the bottom of the arc way back here.
Yeah.
Got it? So if you set up here and you move it that direction, chances are the club is still going to be descending. The bottom of the arc's now in front of the ball.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit the ball first, then turf.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy is like one of the best pitchers of the golf ball I have ever seen. Watch what he does on the backswing. Which way does it move?
Forward.
Hey, see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now also look at his setup. So he's pretty vertical on the setup. He's not leaning back, right?
Yeah.
So Christian he's not this way trying to help it in the air, right?
Yeah.
He's letting the loft of the club do it.
Yeah.
He's vertical, and on the way back, he actually moves to the left and then just kind of stays there and rotates through with the chest. That's all you're missing.
That's the secret sauce.
It's the angles. You want to set up a little bit this way. It's intuitive, right? Because we want to hit it in the air.
Yeah.
So instinctively, we go this way to try to hit it in the air.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I've already taken my C7 behind the ball, and now I go like this, and it's ka-clunk, right? So let's go set up a little bit differently. Come on. See if we can get that better sound, instead of the clunky sound. Yeah, okay, so that's great right there. See, you're kind of like right up on top of it.
Yeah.
Now let's take your C7 and move it instead of right here, because that's where you set up. Yeah, see, feel it?
Yeah.
It's that much.
Yeah.
Okay, when you take this club back, I want you to feel like, if anything, it shifts that way.
Yeah.
Just about an inch.
Okay.
All right, so let's see one. So you're going to shift that C7 left. Better. Did you hear that? Come
That's
on.
some spin on it as well.
Did you hear it? Huh?
Oh, don't, because I was going to beat him on the bad little nine.
So set up vertical, don't set up back. That's beautiful. Give me the little shift to start with. Remember C7 in front. Yes. Now your contact is better.
Loads better. I like that little. Naturally, I set up and it's there.
Yes.
And then that trigger of being set is the first.
Yeah,
one.
there you go. You're already in good a spot. But then from there, that much more on the backswing.
Yeah.
And you don't exaggerate it. Yeah, beautiful setup. There you go. Oh, this is it. A new guy now.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Here, so give me the same thing. Let's take a 50.
Yeah.
And do the same thing, right? So we're going to hit it just a little lower. We'll get it all the way back to the hole. So James, here, you got to be on this angle, right? Here's right in front of him. So he's more vertical. Very, very good. Much better.
Yeah.
Loads
No
better.
clunky.
No, not clunky.
And the big thing there's it's the room for error, isn't it? You've got
Well,
huge room for error.
The club is descending into the golf ball.
Yeah.
Rather than already finishing bottoming out and going up. That's where we run into trouble.
Oh.
But I want you to see, hopefully you captured that one, because you could see, here's what he did, right here.
Yeah.
Right? So once
turning.
you go backwards, it's all over.
Yeah.
Right? If you make a mistake, Brett, you make a mistake, so you're there, you're vertical, make a mistake by falling forward, never come back.
Yeah.
Beautiful, better, better, better. And don't try help it in the air, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Much better. It's still a little clunky on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What it, but
So on your way, on your backstroke, let your C7 shift left, and then make sure it just stays over. There, that's it. Just like that. So much
that was
better.
so good.
So much better. Did you see the check on that ball?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny
that's
because
what
I feel like this is something similar to what we've done before, but a really, really good, simpler way of explaining it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
I agree with that.
Yeah.
it's the way you find the bottom of that arc.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll send you the video
Yeah.
with Christian. I mean, Christian, he is so amazing with how crisp he hits these little pitch
Yeah.
shots. It's fabulous.
And that's going to work all the way up to 100 yards, isn't it? For him.
I hate to say it works for every shot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
only club that you can fall back on and hit it is a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the ball lives in the air. Everything else is, you want this golf club to be descending as you strike the golf ball, right? And then as long as your C7's in the right spot, a divot happens, right? Divots don't happen because you like hit down on the ball.
No.
Divots happen because we have the low point of the swing living in front of the golf ball.
Yeah.
So the club's on its way down through impact, pow, we hit the golf ball, it's still descending to here.
Yeah.
That's the divot,
Yeah.
and then it's up and out of the turf. So it's all just the, the geometry of it.
Yeah.
That last was fabulous, Brett. So don't be afraid on your backstroke to feel like you go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, that's a big. I threw my hands then.
Okay. So one more thing, okay?
Yeah.
is when you set up, you like to get the shaft almost vertical.
Yeah.
I would, so he gets the shaft like almost vertical.
Mhm.
I'd prefer that when he's set up, he lets the shaft angle lean a couple of degrees forward,
Yeah.
okay? And then when you make your strike, make sure, I'll tell it to you this way, go ahead,
Yeah.
jump in there. So you're vertical,
Yeah.
right? I'd like to see it about 2 degrees forward.
Yeah.
Okay, what I want you to feel is that through impact, see you're 2 degrees?
Yeah.
I want you to feel when you hit the ball, you're 4 degrees forward.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want you to back the angle out.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with 2, and at impact I want 4.
Yeah. Got you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Give me 2 to start with. There you go. A little better.
A little better.
That's a good bad one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get away with it.
Yeah, he's a little jumpy through there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you mean that, then do I just?
Yeah, see, you look anxious.
There's a lot of scar tissue there, to be
No,
fair.
I
Yeah.
totally get it. You look anxious. We all have
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me,
yeah,
I hit
yeah.
plenty of bad ones in it. It only takes a few bad ones to get
Yeah.
into your psyche.
Yeah.
And then when you're, this turf is fairly tight. It's
Yeah.
a little juicy.
Yeah.
So if you don't have perfect contact, it's not that much fun.
Yeah.
So, and it can get in your mind quickly. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to get you to get on this ball a little crispier.
Yeah.
So everything you can do, right, to make sure the club's descending into the ball. No lifting allowed. So handle a tiny bit forward. Good.
Oh, that was delightful.
That was fabulous,
That was really good.
right? Just a little strong,
Yeah.
but the strike was perfect.
Yeah.
Let's change up. Let's go back right flag. Change the target up.
Better.
Oh, look at that.
Better. Yeah, baby.
Great shot.
And that little one are actually making that little movement on the backswing.
Yes.
Has
Oh,
just
yeah, 'cause
changed
it keeps you there.
Yeah.
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 I think that'll help with it. Like, try and chip one to that ball there, because it'll really help with the short ones as well. See, that's different class. You couldn't do that before.
No.
You just duffed it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you set up even on this little guy, to just set up with your weight almost on your left foot. You look very neutral to me, like
Okay.
50-50. No one's setting up like that on the PGA Tour. They're all, skewed over to their front foot. So that's always probably more like 60-40. And that just helps ensure what? That the C7 is in the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so simple. That's all I keep saying to myself
Yeah.
in the head is just forward.
Yeah, so that's perfect right there. And then it's almost just like a little, if you're short, just like a putting stroke.
Ooh.
That's the
Look
jumpy
here, Brett.
one.
That happens because we want to try to add loft, okay? So remember, start with 2, give me 4 at impact. Still scoopy. On your right hand grip, rather than putting it over here on that side of the club, it should follow what your left hand is doing. So your grip should always look like this. Your hands need to oppose each other.
Okay.
So if your left hand is here, right?
Yeah.
Where would your right hand be? See that? It would be there. That's neutral. So what you're doing is you're taking your right hand and putting it over here. Now there's a lot of hands involved with this action.
So you think there?
Well, I just think that they oppose. So wherever your left hand is, if your left hand is here, your right hand's right there. See, that way they oppose each other.
Yeah.
You don't ever want that.
Okay. Yeah. That was better.
Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Set up in there, set up on your left foot, and give me a putting stroke. Just pretend like you're going to putt this thing. Not bad. Still, you still gave me this, and that's what causes the lead edge, right? But with your putter, I don't think you'd go like this.
No.
No, it'd be like, in your mind, if you're putting, your ball's going to leave underneath that shaft, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to feel like you do the same thing with that wedge. I want you to feel like, the blade is going along the ground.
Yeah.
And it's going to leave low, not high. Better.
Good.
See it again? So in your mind, you're not trying to hit the ball in the air, you're trying to hit it underneath that shaft right there, right? So just putt it now. There you go, that was crispy.
Majestic.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Here we go, you guys have time for this? Yeah, okay.
I've got loads of time.
All right, so, if we're gonna, let's go ahead and putt a couple.
Yeah.
I want you to putt it right to that back right pin. So we know this is breaking about 5-6 feet to the left, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and see how the putter stays down there, no problem. Beautiful, right? Let's see one more. Beautiful. See, you make no effort to try to hit the ball up in the air.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Give me the same thing.
Okay.
You set up
Yeah.
like your putter.
Right. Okay.
Okay? You don't have a 6-iron, you have a putter.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and putt it all the way to the hole. Beautiful. Did you see how it hit the middle of the face?
Yeah.
Right? No effort to try to send the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, now we got an 8-iron.
Okay.
No, I mean we have a putter.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Okay, but we got to go all the way back to the pin since there's loft on there, a little longer putt.
Got you.
Got it? You're only putting though, you're not chipping. Fabulous. Did you hear the strike on that?
I've never heard him strike a chip that good.
That is so fabulous, right? Okay, so same thing.
But this is a whole arsenal of shots as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's there's multiple ways to play this shot, but what I see with him is he wants to throw the ball in the air. So I see like a lot of wrist hinge, and I think it comes a lot from his grip. He puts that grip over this way, so it opens the face up, which makes it very difficult to put back on the ball. Really, if you just put your hands on neutral, a pitch shot just looks like that. You know, there's not a lot in there.
Yeah.
But the club goes a little too high, and then in your mind, it's like, oh, I'm going to go this way to try to hit it. With putting, you don't do any of that. You're perfect. So now we got pitching wedge. I'm sorry, we got a putter. Because of loft, we got to go a little bigger stroke. But you're just putting it. You're not pitching it. Yeah. How good is that?
That's class. How do you feel like you're doing?
I'm making ends, but it's me and chipping. So we seem to make a breakthrough and then we nip back a little bit, don't
That's
we?
fine. That's
We're
life.
getting
Yeah.
there.
3 steps forward.
That were good then.
As long as it's 3 steps forward and 2 back,
Yes.
not 4 back.
We're not making 4 back, that is for sure.
No.
Okay, before we hit that one,
Yep.
where'd your putter go? Right? There you go. So we're just going to this front pin.
Yep.
Okay. And a putter wouldn't be a bad option right here, especially if that little divot wasn't in your way. Right? So you can putt here, no problem. No effort to make the ball go in the air.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Brett.
There you go.
Look at the spin on that.
Okay, so now, because it has all the loft, let's put it way back in your stance. Let's put it back here and take some loft off.
So just slightly behind,
just right off your right toe.
Okay.
Then the handle leans way forward, right? So there's no loft. Okay, now we're not chipping, right? We're gonna putt this.
Yeah.
I want you to putt it. Go. No.
I felt myself go back then as well.
Okay. Hands forward, right? Putt it, but longer. Give me a longer stroke. There it is.
Yes.
There it is, Brett. That's the ball. That was fabulous.
Getting emotional watching that one.
I'm getting emotional. I am.
Okay,
I'm quite
back
worried
off
now.
The right toe, handle forward. No chippy, putting. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, and then, because we don't throw a lot of wrist hinge in here and we have a bunch of loft, your putting stroke just needs to be longer. Right? Remember, your putter, you would never do this with your putter.
No.
So don't do that.
Don't do that either.
No. Let the loft of the club be your friend. There you go. Just a long putt. Yes! Boom! Look out! Right there. That's
Love
it.
it.
That's it.
Love it.
Yes. All you needed was a longer stroke.
Yeah.
Everything about it was fine.
The strike was there, wasn't it?
Yes.
No.
And then that guy comes out.
No.
just like you're putting it. Just pretend you have a putter in your hand. There it is.
That's the best it's ever been. That really is.
Yeah. That's fabulous. Now, to even more replicate, like, look, tomorrow you don't need fancy shots. You need that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You're here. If you don't use a putter, you just need that shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see that. So here's the lie angle on the wedge, and see, here's the lie angle on the putter, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do to make the wedge work more like the putter is just go like this. Got it? So now it's more like a putter, and now you're just going to putt.
Okay.
Okay.
So stand a little bit more.
Yes, just stand it up on the toe of the club.
Still on his back foot?
Yeah, sure. There it is.
Brett, yeah.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
It's just getting that, knowing how long to make that stroke now with that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like pitching pennies, you know? It's like, you wouldn't take a penny and go here and try to throw it like that, right? You kind of get the feel of, ooh, it's that.
That's quite funny
just
that
let the gravity
you use
do
that example then, because that's one Chris has used before. He said, when you throw a ball, do you just throw it like that? Because I do that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
He's not great at cricket,
and that's
though.
fine. That's the anxiousness or anxiety that creeps into us, right?
There's a lot of that in it.
Yeah. Just let it swing back and let it swing through. Oh, baby, that was close. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. putting now. You're not chipping, right?
Yeah.
Long putt. There it is.
Yeah,
Loved it.
brilliant.
Okay, just for fun, right?
Yeah.
Let's use that club.
Okay.
Okay. All the way to the back pin.
Okay.
Okay, let's put it up here in a little
Yeah.
snow
This
cone
is probably
line.
a shot you'd have played, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I'm standing up taller again.
Okay, so yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, just like a putting stroke.
Yeah.
So you're there. Now you're just gonna make a long, I mean, it's a long putt, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
go, right?
Oh, baby. Oh, wow.
Yes. Correct.
Nico.
Oh, come on, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.